Hey, today you are watching Superhuman Channel News Recap. I'm your host, Ty Smith. Hey, I just want to share some news with you today. A story that I've been wanting to share, but I have, had the time to, able to talk about it. And this title that I want to share is violence and video games that I want to share. Matter of fact, if it be called murder and video games, I would call that too, whatever, subtitle that I would give this. But the reason why I want to talk about this so much because it's been on my mind, and I always wanted to talk about it since day one. When they first made this announcement. Now I've been playing video games, since I was a kid. Played a ColecoVision, played Atari, played all that wonderful stuff, back in the 80s, and then was coming to the era of the 80s, coming to the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, and the PlayStation continue to move forward. Now I heard the incident in the past about the Dungeon and Dragon game, but that's all, some Pandora's box in video games you just don't open. That's I'm a big believer that some Pandora's boxes of video games you just don't open, you just leave it alone. So I don't bother with it when I heard about the Dungeon Dragon, but that's a board game in that time frame. Back in the 80s, I remember that, clearly. So that's not a video game, it's a board game. Also, I believe they have video games too that, translated to Dungeons and Dragons. But anyway, moving on. I heard that, in this story, that the young man who went to the university, no, not university, went to this, this college, I guess is, one of them colleges that you turn around and community college that he went to, and he just, just lost his mind and started shooting up everyone. And for the result of that, the police had turned around, whoever it was, the sheriff, whoever it was, turned around and shot him down, because of this incident. The thing what I want to share is that, like I shared before, everything is on a choice. I believe, it's a possibility that this guy, one dealing with, video games to become a murderer. Let me say this: if you concentrate on that type of stuff to get back at people all the time, then you actually gonna, do it. Some people in their lives they just want to behave like losers. They have that mentality. And even with people, a lot of times it's born, out of interracial relationships of loss of identity crisis. A lot of people, these young guys, they don't know who they are because they don't have a parent. A lot of times, or they don't have the right guidance to able to, lead them. Or they could have been dealing with some rejection in the school, that's happening in their lives. But I've been playing video games all since I've been coming up, and I have not had a heart to go out there and do dumb things to people because what I've seen in video games. It's just like the comment that I just recently saw, on Facebook about drinking bleach, and and I guess the bleach supposed to boost your IQ. Now this is a choice in your thought. The question is, will you be foolish enough to drink bleach? Okay, this is a choice that we have to deal with. Will you drink bleach? You know what bleach will do to you when you drink it? You know what bleach is used for? Bleach turn around and kill bacteria. Okay, if you turn around and drink bleach and you got a belly acid in your stomach, it's gonna cause a chain reaction in your stomach because you got acid in your stomach, or produce gas, or maybe just burn a hole in your stomach. And then it's not only that, but it will just help destroy your DNA blood cells. Do that sound like it's boosting your IQ? No. And plus, it will go in your brain too, and then everything else will be destroyed there, even to your heart or everything else, because it is chemicals. And they tell you on the warning label, don't drink this, don't swallow. And people actually turn around with listen to what this person is saying and actually do it. They said this young man was sitting up there online. What happened to the incident with the guy who turned around and killed the two news reporters? He actually turned around and try to pull out the, watching what he's saying. He busy concentrating on murder and getting back at somebody because he's a mixed race. And both of these guys are mixed race. Ain't nothing wrong about being mixed. The question is, who are you? And who you are, and what are you? And that's the question that lead on back of everybody's mind. And the thing is, until you know your identity, then people will turn around and dress you for what they want. Like me, for example, I wear this mask for reasons. For my shows a lot of times, because I want to do something new and fresh. Everything has its reason, everything has its purpose. If you're dealing with rejection of any source, you better find out for who you are, because the world will tell you anything. Because like I said, common sense, I do not look like drinking bleach. So you can't blame it on the bleach because you read some Facebook post and say the reason why I turned around and did this and that because I saw a post on Facebook and I follow it. I turned around and followed this post of drinking bleach because Facebook said I should drink bleach because some guy that act idiotic that turned around and put that post up there. It don't boost your IQ, okay? I'm just saying. So if you sit there concentrating on murder, you turn around focus on murder of getting back at somebody or revenge because they don't like you, because they don't accept you, then guess what? You're gonna be obligated to do dumb things. You do stupid things to win stupid prizes. That's all to life. If you do stupid things, you win a stupid prize. So the thing is, if I turn around and choose to drink bleach, and what the result is my death. Okay, it says on the warning label, don't swallow, don't drink bleach. But at the same time, you prefer they're gonna boost your IQ, and on the warning label, it tells you not to. Everything is just common sense. You can't go around here blaming video games, movies, and everything else, and you the one that has the power and control to shut that thing off. You the one that had the power control to stop playing that video game. Or you had that power control, well, I don't mess with Reezy Boy, that's a spiritual thing. So stay away from stuff like that because you know you're not strong and capable enough to mess with. I don't mess with Reezy Boy because it's some spiritual powers behind it. Anything that's come to that level, all that type of garbage like that, I stay away from. Be wise for what you choose and do. Nobody's not responsible but you. You the number one man and woman. Nobody cannot turn your world upside down. Nobody can drive your car unless you getting on the car keys. And I don't look like letting a nut drive my car and destroy my car with me in it. So I didn't mean to be here this long. Video games and movies, they play the responsibility, but at the same time, it's up to you to turn around and follow for what you have. You are the reason for your own destiny, no one else. But there you have it. My name is Ty Smith. You go out watching and listening to Superhuman Channel Talk Superhuman Channel News Recap. You have a wonderful day, man, and thank you all for your support.